What's going on, guys? GloveSaveHockey here. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the most recent contract extension in the NHL between the New Jersey Devils and Jacob Markstrom. On Friday, October 31st, the New Jersey Devils locked up their starting goaltender Jacob Markstrom to a 2-year contract extension that carries an average annual value of $6 million per season. This contract will begin in the 2026-27 season. Jacob Markstrom is a 6'6", 207-pound goaltender known for his athleticism, positioning, and competitive nature. He's known for being intense and competitive, often showing it on the ice. When he's locked in, he can completely take over games, but one thing about Markstrom is I think he really does lack consistency. If we take a look this year, he's not off to the greatest start if we're looking at Rono's analytical cards. He has played an additional game against the LA Kings where he did fare a lot better, but he's right at the bottom of the league right now in accordance to 5-on-5 and overall play. Some really good things about Jacob Markstrom's game: athleticism and reflexes. Despite his size, Markstrom, he moves really quickly and fluidly. A lot of bigger goalies are more of like a blocking style and they don't move as fast or able to make as great saves. His rebound control has gotten a lot better over the last couple seasons. Definitely a big improvement to when he was in Calgary and even before in Vancouver. And his puck handling, Markstrom is getting a lot more comfortable playing the puck, and it helps his defense by making quick outlet passes to get out of the zone. So kind of just reiterating on like goalie stats for this season so far, Jacob Markstrom, in accordance to goals saved above expected, is ranked 60th in the NHL with a minus 2.5 within 5 games. He's let up 18 goals so far this season, so not the greatest start, I think, for Jacob Markstrom this year. I do think he's going to turn it around somewhat. He had a pretty solid season last year when he ended up finishing with a .900 save percentage. Jake Allen's been playing really good, his goalie partner this year, so Markstrom's definitely going to have to pick it up. Let's take a look at Markstrom's kind of overall career so far to this point. So he's 35 years old. He was taken in the second round by the Florida Panthers back in 2008, which was the first pick of the second round back then. So he's been in the NHL since 2010, 2011. He only played 1 game that year, 7 the next year. Kind of more of like a full-time role in 2012, 2013. But he's played in 539 games. He started 521. His record is 244, 214, and 63. He's let up 1,404 goals, has a .908 career save percentage and a 2.72 goals against average for his career. So, I mean, he's below that right now, sitting at an 875. The last couple seasons, I don't think have been that impressive for Jacob Markstrom. I think in 23-24, he was solid before getting dealt to New Jersey. His season before that, he was brutal, but the season before that, he was really good. So I think Jacob Markstrom is kind of a guy at this point where he's a starting goalie. He's just not a top-tier starting goalie, and he's had a couple inconsistent seasons recently. So taking a look at this contract overall for Jacob Markstrom, how is the money laid out? Is he getting any signing bonuses? How is this going to look for the New Jersey Devils cap structure for the next couple of years, too? We're going to go over here in a bit. So, obviously, a 2-year deal at $12 million, paying him $6 million per year. This contract will take him till he's 38 years old. In accordance to the salary cap, we don't know exactly where it's going to be next year. If it's going to be the projected $104 million, it's going to be taking up 5.77% of the cap. I think that's pretty good for a guy who's probably going to play around 50 games, maybe. I guess we'll see. Him and Jake Allen will be partner for the next 2 years. We'll see kind of how that deployment is allocated. So he does have a $1.5 million signing bonus in the first year of this contract and a $4.5 million base salary. And then in year 2, just a flat $6 million base salary, no signing bonuses at all. He has a 20-team no-trade list in year 1 and a 5-team no-trade list in year 2. So, I mean, if the goaltending doesn't really work out for them, they do have the option to move him because it's not like a full no-move clause, and I don't think this cap hit is that ridiculous for Jacob Markstrom. All right, so we're going to take a look at the New Jersey Devils, like, kind of cap situation beyond this year. Right now, they're sitting at, like, negative 5.1 projected cap space because of a couple guys they've gotten on LTIR. But if we're talking about in accordance to, like, contracts that they've got to deal with this offseason that they haven't dealt with yet, depends what they do with Evgeny Dodonov. I think he's been a pretty solid fit, but he's been injured so far. Arseny Gritsyuk's been a pretty good guy that's coming over from the KHL, and he was a past draft pick of theirs. They're going to have to sign him to some sort of contract. The rest of the guys are more depth guys. I really like Paul Cotter, but the fact that he's under team control, I don't think he's going to cost too much money. The thing with their defense, too, is it's pretty locked up at this point. Like, everybody is signed except for Simon Nemec. He's having a good season so far. They might have to give him not a hefty contract by any means. They might even go bridge with him, but they're going to have to pay him over like league min is basically what I'm saying. If we take a look at net, this Jacob Markstrom contract, he's going from 4.125 cap hit to $6 million. He actually does make $6 million this year, and Calgary retains just under $2 million of that. And then Jake Allen, he signed a 5-year, $1.8 million contract this offseason. So the next 2 seasons after this, they've got a tandem locked up for $7.8 million for 2 seasons, and I think that's pretty tidy work for the New Jersey Devils. All right, so we're going to take a look now at the 2008 NHL Draft where Jacob Markstrom was selected. Always like to go back and see, was this a good pick? Was this a bad pick? Or was he kind of just picked in the right position? So Jacob Markstrom was a second-round pick by the Florida Panthers, the first pick of the second round. If it happened today, he would be a late first-rounder. And realistically, you kind of got to compare it to like other goalies that went around him. So Thomas McCollum, he was drafted by Detroit. I remember there was a lot of praise around him and what type of goalie he could be. He only ended up playing 3 NHL games. Chet Pickard, he was drafted 18th overall that year. He didn't end up doing anything with his career. The one interesting thing I find is his goalie partner, Jake Allen, was picked 3 picks after him by the St. Louis Blues, which is really funny. He's played in 468 games. Jacob Markstrom, he's played in 539 career games. Other goalies taken in the second round, Peter Delmas. He didn't end up playing any NHL games whatsoever. If we go to the third round, Michael Hutchinson, he's played in 154. Been more of like kind of a third-string goalie when he's been up as well, though. Anaheim took a goalie named Marco Cousineau. He never ended up playing in any NHL games. If we go to the fourth round here, one key guy to note of, you can compare who you would rather. Braden Holtby, 513 career NHL games. He was the 4th round pick, 93rd overall. He does have a Stanley Cup, but I don't think he's got the same longevity that Jacob Markstrom has at this point in his career. I think this is a really solid pick in the first pick in the second round for the Florida Panthers in the 2008 NHL Draft. So one thing that I was super curious about this Jacob Markstrom contract before it ended up coming out is how long this deal was going to be. Jake Allen, as you can tell, is the same age as him. He got a 5-year deal. New Jersey Devils have got a goalie prospect in the pipeline named Mikhail Yegorov. Devils fans are definitely familiar with him. Currently playing at Boston University, 2024 draft pick, second round, 49th overall. He's been developing on an upward trend right now, which is really good. He's had a couple rough starts lately with Boston University, but as you can tell last year, Omaha Lancers were not a good hockey team in 23-24 or 24-25. That's why he was picked so high despite having an .892 save percentage. The year after he was playing with the Lancers, they were so bad that the New Jersey Devils wanted to put him in a different position. They let him go to Boston University early, and he ended up playing 18 games and had a .927 save percentage. Awesome. 9 games this year, an .887 save percentage with a 3-4-1 record. He's also a big guy at 6'5", 181 pounds. Wonder if he's going to kind of step into the NHL right when this Jacob Markstrom contract's done, or if he'll need some more time. So thank you very much for watching this video breaking down Jacob Markstrom's contract extension with the New Jersey Devils. I'm going to give this deal a B+ considering I don't think this is outrageous money. I also don't think this is outrageous term. And it gives some time for a goalie like Mikhail Yegorov to develop in college hockey and potentially even in the AHL before bringing him to the NHL. Thank you again for watching this video. If you haven't, please like and subscribe.